because I am not quite caught up.
I heard
and I was like, no!
And you've got pipes, so I couldn't
I
hear.
know. I was like, quit playing the sound. I didn't want the spoiler. I'm not quite caught up yet. I love the show so much, so I didn't want to be spoiled. Welcome to the show. You haven't been here yet. She's been here, so welcome. It gets crazy.
Sounds crazy, yeah.
Yeah, and we get nuts. But wait, we didn't talk about this last time. So whenever you were here, your first acting job was actually when you were quite young in New York, right?
In New York, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, my dad worked for an airline, so we could get to fly standby anywhere. So normally a career that I probably wouldn't be able to afford was suddenly possible. And I actually auditioned for the Claritin commercial. It was one of the first things I auditioned for, and it was so weird. The auditioning process for a commercial was so extensive. They acted like it was like a sport or something.
Yeah.
And I got it, and I actually do have seasonal allergies.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. It worked out.
I didn't. I moved here. They are bad here.
It's really bad.
Yes.
I was crying the whole morning and during makeup. It was like my eyes wouldn't stop watering.
Me too. That's why I started to wear nothing. I was like, can't put anything on them anymore, just like mascara. It's like depressing. How old were you when you started? Because you were in finance. You lived here, but you were in finance, right?
As a survival job.
Yeah. I think that's a flex. That's super cool.
Out
like
of
I was
sheer
in finance.
desperation,
I wore
honestly.
suits. Yeah, it feels like a real job. It feels like what we do is fake. like that's a real job, you know?
Yeah.
Did you like finance?
Not really.
Okay.
I felt like I was living a double life because I was working from 9 to 6, and then 6:30 to 10:30 I would be in drama school doing Shakespeare and scene studies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt strange, but I kind of had to switch it on and off, whatever that is, the lizard brain or something.
Compartmentalization. It can be a friend.
very important.
Yeah. So the season finale. Look, I'm not caught up. So don't spoil it, okay? Because that almost did. But the season finale of The Last of Us is Sunday. Your characters are new this season. What's going on with them? I mean, I kind of saw them, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, everyone knows that my character's pregnant.
Yes.
And this is the baby daddy.
Yeah.
And
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
but he doesn't know.
Yeah.
That I also have a girlfriend now.
Which y'all seen in the I think first episode or second, I can't remember which one it was, but the scene and the dance. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he was, he left right before that happened, right? So the question is, did he see it or not?
Because you stole his drink.
Yeah.
You were like, this is mine.
Yeah, listen, my character, I think every character on the show is flawed to some degree.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it
So are all of us.
relatable, interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jesse's not perfect either.
No.
Yeah.
He has his shadows.
What are his shadows?
He doesn't like to be at parties.
At parties? You sound like a party animal right now. Just a real
They told me
rager.
I need to speak louder when they were making me up.
He's so chill. He's so chill. They have to tell him to be unchill.
That's amazing. They literally tell me the opposite. Like, don't worry, we can hear you. Yeah.
On set, I'm the loudest. People can hear my laugh from a mile away.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
And that gets me in trouble because then I lose my voice, but whatever. You don't need that, right? Is it true that, speaking of parties, you organized, like, what did you call it, a midway?
The middle of us.
The middle of us, the party. And
Whenever you're filming, you always have a wrap party. But by that time, everyone's already really exhausted and they just want to go home to their families. And they just want to get out of there.
Yeah, your tank is empty.
Right, but in the middle, it's like the hardest part. It's the Wednesday of the work schedule. So I was like, why not we just boost morale, we keep people going, we get them, excited, and I get them an open bar.
Yeah.
And I suggested it to Craig Mazin, the showrunner, and he was like, yeah, it sounds like a good idea. And I was like, and we call it The Middle of Us. And he was like, yes, we're doing it.
You got him on the pun.
Yeah, he loves wordplay.
Right, yeah, you reeled him in. I like that. All right, we need another break. The season 2 finale of The Last of Us is this Sunday on HBO Max. We're gonna be right back.